Pierre, nice to see you.
Hey Nathan, very nice to see you.
How you doing?
I'm doing very well. I'm glad to see you, man.
Likewise. So for those that don't know, my name's Nathan. I've been with Monday for 3.5 years now, and I'm a senior account executive. I have the pleasure of being joined by Pierre. Pierre, maybe you just want to give us an introduction to you and your role at Monday.
Well, yes, I'm Pierre. I am the GM EMEA at Monday.com, and which means basically general manager. So I'm trying to take care and do my best to take care about the people at Monday in EMEA and grow that business, because we have a significant growth. Grow that business across Europe. We have big ambitions, so that's why I joined, and that's why I'm here. 7 months now today, and super excited.
So you've been with the company for 7 months, and your role is all things EMEA, essentially.
Yes.
From the people perspective, especially. Not in terms of HR, just in terms of growth and expansion and actually attacking EMEA.
Oh, I can share with you if it's interesting for you our priorities so far since I joined. So the first priority is definitely the talent, and clearly we are growing significantly, and we are going to probably almost double the team next year. So talent is our number one operating priority at Monday in EMEA. Attracting, retaining, developing talent. Then the way we operate, as we are scaling this business pretty quickly, the second priority is really around operational excellence and how we do business at Monday, because you don't run a business of 20 people like you run a business of 200 or 2,000, and we need to adapt our processes to that. The third thing is that as we are moving from a more product-led growth company to a more sales-led growth company, we need to be stronger on our ability to enter in contact with companies and customers, because we have been extremely more inbound driven, in our way of working with a fantastic marketing engine. And so there is a huge opportunity in EMEA. You can plant the flag of Monday in so many ways. And so we really want to accelerate our growth on the acquisition side and the new business side. The fourth priority is international expansion, and we want to open offices in France and Germany in the next 6 months, roughly. We have tons of users in France and Germany, and so we are going to open offices. We are going to recruit locally sales, services, customer success people to be really helping those customers to grow. And last but not least, the number 5 is delight our customers and community. Is that we want to be really seen and perceived and in reality a strategic partner for our customers. And today there is still too many customers that we don't know enough, and so it's on us to explain, to educate, to evangelize, to show the value of Monday and how Monday can really contribute to close that gap between strategy and execution, but also to, as you know, Nathan, I like to say, to help any employees in any organization to be the best version of themselves. Sure. Because we are going to move out of their plate that administrative burden. We are going to make them more effective in their job, and they can be the true themselves and not be lost in, admin stuff.
I love that. You said something interesting there for people that maybe don't know what product-led or sales-led organization is. Could you just explain the difference between the two and perhaps where they do actually merge or could merge?
Yeah. Oh, that's a great question. Well, product-led growth is basically any company like Monday that originally has, let's say, put in the middle of the chessboard the product in itself and has significantly grow, I would say, without a significant sales and go-to-market team, because in itself the product is so strong, and it's strong in the value, of course, that the product is bringing, but it's strong also in the usage. The adoption is that the user can really go on the website, just get Monday, and just start to use it without tons of training and implementation, and so company like Monday previously I was working in another PLG company that is quite famous called Figma. That's typically those companies who have grown significantly quickly because their product is easy to use, easy to interact with, and you can easily deploy it.
Like the barrier to entry is quite low for these
Exactly,
products. Yeah.
exactly. And then moving to a sales-led growth is not stopping the PLG motion, but the sales-led growth is really so then you go more on upmarket and you start to approach big organization who require a certain number of feature and you are entering most of the time in more complex implementation and project and those things they need also some security, SLA, etc. All those things make that you need at some point more human interaction and of sales and of customer success. And so that transition is coming with Monday because we really want to nail the upmarket motion. Our work management solution particularly is really getting more and more traction on the enterprise segment, let's say any company above 1,000 employees, roughly for people listening, where we were at the beginning more mid-market. Today, we have companies that have 80,000 users, just to name recently one of our last signature. And so that required much more resources to take care of those kind of projects. And so we are going to try to have the two of the world, continue that product-led growth on one side, probably more on the small, medium business mid-market, but be more sales-led growth. And when I say sales, I mean customer success services, not just a salesperson, to be closer to our community and customers.
And it's not to suggest that we're going to not invest in the product. It's quite the opposite. We're going to double down on the product, but we're going to support and complement that product development with a consultative or a team of consultants that are really going to be there to guide the clients, the enterprise clients, the mid-market clients, and everyone else for that matter, as they scale their usage of Monday in the organization.
100%. In the DNA of this company, we are a product-first company. It's actually one of our value as a company, but as a go-to-market person, I'm probably one of the best person to tell you how much this company is product and not sales-driven. It's first product-driven, and as a leader, as a sales leader, this is the best place to be. Actually, is to work for a company with an amazing product and where all the focus, or 95% of the focus, is really on the product, and the 5% is the rest.
What excites you the most about the future of Monday.com in EMEA, because that's your remit, but ultimately as a global company?
Well, what we just took, meaning succeeding in that transition, moving from a product-led growth to sales-led growth, I think it's amazing as a journey to, if and we are hopefully going to succeed, but that's really exciting. Being able to demonstrate the value that Monday is bringing to all those organizations. I've been so much inspired at Elevate, to meet so many customers who love our product, and to see the values. We just need to help them to better quantify things, and I think it's one of our challenge in that transition. But that's really exciting. So being part of that for the company, to your question, and the second part is part of my mandate also when I joined Monday is to regionalize EMEA, because as the HQ of Monday is in EMEA, there was a certain number of functions that were corporate but not really regionalized. And so now we have a team that is 100% dedicated to EMEA and not EMEA plus corporate, which is perfectly understandable. As you grow at the beginning, you don't need all those functions. But why would you need a marketing director for EMEA if you're already a marketing director for corporate? But now we need a marketing director for EMEA full-time to be dedicated to build B2B marketing plan to be close to our customer. But in the previous time, it was not the case. So we are regionalizing, and with that regionalization, well, we signed a fantastic lease for the London office, where we are going to grow significantly our operation in London. We're going to open an office in Paris. We are going to open an office in Munich for the next 18 months. That's part one. We are rebuilding an entire Nordics team based in London to really follow more the Nordics. We are doubling down in the Benelux for the Benelux region, and we are starting to also work more closely from the enterprise segment on the emerging market that is today at Monday completely fully partner led, and so we are working more closely with the partner to start also to be more closer to the enterprise segment. So all that excites me. It's I love EMEA. I love the diversity of the region. I love the diversity of one day being with the Swedish customers and the day after with the Spanish customers, and that diversity inspired me and give me a lot of energy every morning when I wake up.
Sure. That's a great segue into Elevate, which is the event that we're at today. There's people from all over Europe here, right? I've spoken to clients of ours and partners of ours from Germany, from Spain, from France. There's just a good energy and a good atmosphere in the room, right?
Yeah.
This is your first Elevate. I'm sure you've been to many kind of conferences in the past, ones that the companies that you've worked for. How would you, to the people that are listening or the people that are watching online, not live, how would you describe Elevate?
The first thing that I'm thinking, and I was so happy, is that it's probably the first big event at that scale. We had 1,600 registered. Is the in-person connection and the in-person event, and that Monday decided purposely that we won't live stream, just to be really focused on the in-person connection and revitalize that human-to-human connection. It's really the first things that I'm enjoying, and that we are going to have a live stream. We are going to do an Elevate live stream. That's a different experience, and that requires a different way of interacting. And to split those two things, I think it's a brilliant idea, and that give all our focus as organizer on really the people that have made the effort to join us in their busy schedule. So that's really my highlight.
Absolutely, love that. And you mentioned that it's a big event. It's getting bigger every single year.
Yeah.
2 days ago, I was having a debate in the office with someone as to what the biggest job in England is. Is it being the England football manager, or is it being the Prime Minister? I think it's being the football manager of the national team. And as you'll know, we've got Gareth Southgate joining us in probably an hour and a half. What are your thoughts on that? Are you excited to meet him? And from a leadership perspective, is there anything that you think you might ask him or he might ask you about leadership?
Oh, I did not think about
that. That's a heavy question, isn't it?
I didn't think about that, but when I'm thinking about Gareth, I'm excited because I'm always inspired by sport player or coach. In general, the smart guys, who are winning consistently, and those guys are smart. They're not just good football player or tennis player. If you think about Nadal or Federer, they have something different. And what I'm thinking about Gareth Southgate is, and I don't want to be rude. I'm going to say a statement here as a French person. You may say it's a bit tough, but he brings back England on the map of football, and that's fantastic. Because actually, no bullshit here. The football is better when England is better. Still want France winning against England, just don't get me wrong, but Gareth Southgate has done an incredible job because, no offense here, but the team and the situation of the English football a few years ago were not really strong. And what I like when I'm thinking about to the next level, to final in Euro, it's how I would say how I feel my colleagues, my English colleagues, are identifying themselves to that team, and that's really interesting. And if you can compare, we are in 2024. It's actually the exact opposite of what is happening with the French team right now, where we have a great trainer who's been world champion, but the results are strong less and less, and the population start to not identify themselves anymore, and there's to that team, and I feel complete different attitude and feelings when we talk about the English team today with my colleague, and that's really inspiring. So he succeed to bring back that energy in the people, that they are not just focused on Premier League, where a few years, 10 years ago when we arrived, my friends in England was telling me, the team, we don't care, we care just about the Premier League and our clubs. I think they still care about their club, but they care really about also the national team, and that's really cool.
Yeah. You mentioned something about Didier Deschamps there.
Yeah.
I don't know how my pronunciation of
It's
the
perfect.
name was.
It's perfect.
But when I think of leadership, I think leaders need to know when to lead, but they also need to know when to not lead. And I think what was admirable about Gareth Southgate was that he felt, and it was a very personal decision for him, that his time was up, and then he had to pass the baton on to a new leader. And perhaps that's something that Didier Deschamps could look at. The idea is not to turn this into a football chat, but leadership specifically. And maybe that it's better for a Zidane or a young French coach to come in and to pass the baton on. And I think personally that's something that is integral to leadership, is to lead until the time is not right anymore, and to pass it on. And I think there's something we can all learn in that, right?
I totally agree with your analogy, and I think it's also if you want to talk about companies here and no more football, you also need to know yourself well and your skills and your strengths and your weakness. And as you grow in your career, you need to avoid the Peter syndrome, which is that you grow, and then to a point you go to a job where you don't have the skills. It's too big for you, and being a great leader in your team, it's also making those calls for the people below you, to not bring them because they are nice and they're cool and you are promoting them, but if you promote to the wrong level someone, that's a challenge. And so as the time is evolving in the football, yes, the world has changed, and definitely you need to constantly, but at some point it's maybe you don't have the skills anymore, you don't have you don't have that
But it's that self-awareness. It's like not,
exactly. And that's I think great leaders have that, and knows that at some point they stay, and that's fine. I know myself that I would probably not be a great leader for a 200,000 employees company. I would probably not be the right one, and I know also that I'm probably not the right leader for a 50 employees company. I learned
sweet spot, man.
I need to. There is different stage, as Reid Hoffman in a book that's Blitzscaling has perfectly better explained to me. You start a company, it's a tribe, and then you move to a village, and then you move to a city, and then you move to a country and a continent. There is different milestones in a company life, and you may be the right person for certain stage, but not for all the stage. And as a leader, recognizing and understanding that you were a leader when the company was 20, and that you are probably not anymore the best leader when the company is 200 or 500, and that this is no more your sweet spot, and that there is better people than you, and understanding all of that. It's very rare to see someone doing the entire journey, and we can see in many companies CEOs that are push a little bit on that side, and new CEOs coming, etc., because not a lot of people have that skills to go from 0 to 200,000. And so being a great leader is definitely being able to self-aware and to make those calls.
Let's end with one question, quick fire. If you could think about, or if you could describe the future of Monday.com in one word, what would it be?
Wow. The first word that came in my mind was going to say enormous. So that's I don't know if it's the perfect adjective, but I see big. I see really, really big, and I feel that the only risk that can when they're going in that direction is on us, the employees, and our ability to execute and to build a strong foundation. But if we execute right, if you execute well, if we hire the right talent, honestly, this company is going to be a standard. I think tomorrow in many organizations, like there is other standard in the software. Monday can be one of them in the future. So I think it's enormous.
Yeah, thank you very much.
My pleasure, Nathan.